Hey everyone, I'm Chris Reykdal, Superintendent of Public Schools for the state of Washington. I want to congratulate the class of 24. Now, I have a class of 24 senior graduating, my youngest, so I love her very much, and I want you to know that your families, your parents, your guardians, your siblings, you didn't always get along with them, but they do love you, and they are very, very proud of you. We all are. I want to just say, those of you who grew up in this era, you were mostly born in 2006, there are still bottles that you were flipping with a little bit of water in them stuck in the rafters in gyms all across the state of Washington, but we'll get past that. We appreciate your creativity. And for those of you who made slime in those late elementary, middle school years, you all were like the prime slime makers. We still have glitter all over our rugs and carpets all across the state of Washington and probably America as well, because you probably learned it on like TikTok or something. We're going to get past that too. That was the creative side of you. What I want to lean into and congratulate you on is your resilience. Again, you were born around 2006. You don't remember it, but when you started school, kindergarten, first grade, we were in the biggest housing crisis this country has seen in 100 years. Here we were emerging from it, and then COVID hit. The pandemic hit, and you had to be so creative. You had to find an energy for learning and build relationships in ways you never imagined you would. You all are a remarkable group of young people. It reminds me of what some people refer to as the greatest generation. Long before you, there were a group of folks born right about 100 years ago, 1924. By 5 or 6 years old, when you started kindergarten, they were starting kindergarten, and they were doing it in the middle of a depression. And 8 or 9 years later, they faced the biggest global crisis we had, a world war. It reminds me so much, your generation, of that. As an old history teacher and civics teacher, I'm really struck by the fact that we've done really hard things before, and everyone told us it was terrible, and it was horrible, and it would be bad forever. And of course, that's not true. Because we get through hard things. We're resilient. There's definitely impact, and you have felt that, but you've also persevered. You've worked hard. You've gotten to where you are today because in the face of all that, you kept putting one foot in front of the other, and so did your educators, your teachers, so did paraeducators and bus drivers and custodians and cooks, so did your parents and your guardians and your siblings and your friends. We are all on the journey together, and I just really want to say to you all, congratulations. You are a remarkable group of folks. I'm very, very proud of what you have achieved, and I wish you the absolute and total success. This is just the beginning, of course. Graduation is formal education, and we only have you for about 13% of your time while you were in school, and we only have you for about 2% of your life. The rest of your learning is really on you. It's the partnerships you make. It's how you get curious and figure out other things. You're going to change careers and jobs, and that's all okay because you have a foundation now of interest. You have a foundation of basic numeracy and literacy. You have a curiosity that's going to compel you, and I think that is exactly what we are about. Another fun fact about you all in the class of 24, you are the last graduating class for whom you spent a year of your high school experience, your freshman year, in remote learning. So this is it. This is the last group who had to go through that. As high schoolers, your predecessors have done that for the last 3 years, but you all really mark an important turning point for the state of Washington. So I will predict as a former history teacher that when we look back, we will talk about you as the greatest generation. You persevered through hard things as adolescents. You went through a complicated global pandemic. You came out the other side more curious, more creative. You definitely think globally in ways we've never seen before, and I know you are going to lead our state and our country to amazing things. Stay curious, class of 24. We are very, very proud of you. Congratulations.